Blackwood Manor stood tall and imposing at the edge of the town of Ravenswood. With its Gothic architecture and ivy-covered walls, the mansion had a dark history that echoed through the centuries. Whispers of ghosts and unexplained occurrences had made Blackwood Manor infamous, and it had been abandoned for decades. But all of that was about to change. Claire Bennett had always been fascinated by old houses and their histories. As an aspiring writer, she dreamed of finding the perfect setting for her next novel. And she inherited Blackwood Manor from a distant relative she had never met. It seemed like fate. She packed her belongings and left the bustling city behind, eager to start a new chapter of her life in Ravenswood. Townspeople were wary of Blackwood Manor, and they warned Claire about the strange happenings there. Undeterred, she moved into the mansion and began exploring its many rooms and corridors. The house was filled with antique furniture, dusty books, and old photographs that hinted at its haunted past. On her first night at Blackwood Manor, Claire experienced the first signs of the supernatural. As she was settling into bed, she heard faint whispers and footsteps echoing through the halls. The air grew cold, and she felt a presence watching her. Determined to remain calm, she ignored the noises and eventually fell asleep. The following morning, Claire found a journal belonging to her great-uncle, the previous owner of the manor. The entries were filled with accounts of paranormal activity, from ghostly apparitions to poltergeist-like phenomena. Her great-uncle had been researching the history of the house, and his notes pointed to a dark secret buried within its walls. As Claire delved deeper into her great-uncle's journal, she uncovered the tragic history of Blackwood Manor. Built in the early 1800s by a wealthy family, the house had been the site of numerous deaths and disappearances. The most infamous story was that of Isabella Blackwood, the daughter of the original owner. She was said to have been driven mad by the spirits that haunted the house and ultimately took her own life. The journal also mentioned a mysterious artifact, a black mirror that was believed to be the source of the haunting. According to legend, the mirror had the power to trap souls and open a gateway to the spirit world. It was said to have been hidden somewhere within the manor, and finding it was the key to ending the curse. As the days passed, the paranormal activity in Blackwood Manor grew more intense. Claire began to see ghostly figures moving through the halls, and objects would move on their own. The whispers turned into chilling voices that seemed to call her name. One night, she awoke to find a shadowy figure standing at the foot of her bed, its eyes glowing with an eerie light. Determined to uncover the truth, Claire contacted Dr. Richard Albright, a renowned paranormal investigator. Dr. Albright had a reputation for solving some of the most haunted cases, and he agreed to help Claire. Together, they set up cameras and other equipment throughout the house, hoping to capture evidence of the haunting. Dr. Albright's investigation revealed that the spirits were indeed linked to the Black Mirror. They discovered an old map hidden in the journal that pointed to a secret room in the basement of the manor. Armed with this information, Claire and Dr. Albright ventured into the dark and musty basement, determined to find the mirror and put an end to the haunting. The secret room was hidden behind a false wall, and inside they found the Black Mirror resting on an ornate pedestal. The mirror's surface was smooth and dark, and as they approached, they felt a powerful energy emanating from it. Dr. Albright explained that they needed to perform a ritual to cleanse the mirror and release the trapped souls. On the night of the ritual, the atmosphere in Blackwood Manor was charged with tension. Claire and Dr. Albright prepared the altar, lighting candles and placing protective symbols around the room. As they began the incantations, the air grew colder and the spirits grew more agitated. The ground shook and the candles flickered as the spirits fought against the ritual. The mirror's surface began to ripple and ghostly faces appeared, their expressions filled with anguish. Claire continued to chant, her voice growing stronger with each word. The spirits let out a blood-curdling scream, and a blinding light filled the room. When the light faded, the mirror was shattered and the spirits were gone. In the days that followed, the oppressive atmosphere that had once filled Blackwood Manor lifted. The house felt lighter and the paranormal activity ceased. Claire felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that the trapped souls had been freed. She continued to restore the manor, turning it into a beautiful and welcoming home. The townspeople, once wary of the house, began to see it as a symbol of hope and redemption. Claire's experiences inspired her to write a best-selling novel about the haunting, and she became a respected author in the field of supernatural fiction. Years later, Blackwood Manor stood as a beacon of light in Ravenswood, a testament to the power of courage and determination. The legend of the haunting became a tale of redemption, a reminder that even the darkest places could be brought back to life. As for Claire, she continued to explore the supernatural, using her experiences to write stories that captivated and terrified her readers. She knew that the world was filled with mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and she embraced the unknown with open arms, ready for whatever came next. The haunting of Blackwood Manor was just the beginning of her journey into the supernatural, and she looked forward to uncovering the secrets that lay hidden in the shadows.